welcome back to my channel. So it's June 7th, we're back in our field and we're ready for another experiment. So what we are going to do today is we are going to build a bigger, better version of our retort that hopefully works as intended this time, and also do a checkup on our field and see how we're doing. So hang on and let's get started. So this is everything that I think I am going to need to build my next retort. So what we have here is a 30-gallon steel drum, a 10-gallon steel drum, various fittings and pipes and other things like that. Basically, the goal for today is to take this fitting, put it into the bottom of the 10-gallon drum, run the 2-inch pipe up the middle of that so that I can put wood pellets in here and make charcoal with that. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to get started by taking this fitting that we have here. So I bought this. This is the fitting that is going to allow us to attach a pipe to our drum. And this is a rubber fitting, obviously, which is not nearly temperature stable enough for us to use. So what I got is a high temperature gasket here. This stuff is good up to like 2000, I think, Fahrenheit approximately. So we are going to replace this gasket with our high temperature one is our first order of business in our retort construction. And one more. So yeah, as I said, this is a rubber gasket in here that's only good up to, perhaps a couple hundred degrees, whereas we are looking for, a couple thousand. So what we're gonna do is just take this off, use it as a template for the other one, and then cut out our new gasket. These little edges, well, they should be fine. I think I'll go for the 3/8 actually. Make sure that's the right size. Yeah, that fits nicely. Okay. Excellent. Oh, there's metal in there. Okay. Oh, well, make sure that fits okay. It's a little tight. That should work. Maybe a little forcing will be required, but that's fine. Ugh. Excellent. So we have our 4 holes. So those will be the 4 screw holes. And then we have a hole saw that we will use to cut out the middle. So it turns out the hole saw is a little bit, quite a bit smaller actually than the hole that we need, but that's okay. We'll start it with a hole saw and we'll just adjust it as needed with scissors perhaps. Ah. I think it's time to get some gloves. Oh, and we got cut. Unfortunate. Okay, step 1 is complete. So what we did is we replaced the rubber gasket right here that would melt at a very low temperature with this high temperature gasket here. So this is going to form a seal to our drum and allow us to not emit any of the gases unintentionally, so that only stuff comes out here into the fire, which is what we want. So step 1, complete. Okay, what we're going to do for step 2 is we are going to install, or we are going to take this drum and we are going to cut a hole in the bottom of it to get ready for the thing that we just did. I'm just gonna burn. Okay. So what we found out is that our hole saw is actually not big enough to cut the right size hole that we need, unfortunately. But it'll be close. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna find the middle of this. 14 1/4. Which would be 7 1/8. Okay. I'm gonna take our hole saw and make a hole in this drum. Oh, definitely need safety glasses for this one. Okay, actually, it's a good question. How much bigger do we need it to be? Oh, quite a bit bigger. Unfortunate. Because I got a 2-inch hole saw but the actual diameter of this is 2 5/8. It's gonna be quite a bit of adjusting, but we'll do it and it's fine. So I'm gonna get ready and cut a hole into our drum. This is gonna have to come off the table. There's a lot of torque in this. Nice. 1 2-inch hole in a drum. Excellent. So as I was mentioning, the hole that we need is actually 2 5/8, but this is a good start. So there we go. Okay. So I don't actually need you. Well, I guess that would work too, right? Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is finish cutting out our hole so that our fitting fits in there, and then we'll move on to our next step. So step 1 was modifying the gasket for this high temperature gasket instead, and step 2, as you can see here, is now finished. So we cut the main hole and the 4 holes for the screws in the bottom of our 10-gallon drum, and thankfully it fits. So this is all of the modifications that we are going to have to do for our 10-gallon drum. We are just going to take it now, screw in the screws, and then screw in this 2-inch stainless steel pipe in the middle, and that will be the extent of what we have to do for this retort with this 10-gallon drum. So we will do that and then move on to the next thing. So this is the 10-gallon retort, as you can see here. I've screwed in the gasket and the flange and everything like that so that it's all nice and tight in there. And then this is the stainless steel drum. So this is what the interior of the 10-gallon retort is going to look like for our testing. Unfortunately, this pipe is a bit too long. So what I did is I started to cut it, but that's going to take a very long time. So I'll have to save that for another video. But other than that cut, this entire 10-gallon retort is basically finished. And that sadly is where we are going to have to stop it today because it's starting to get late. So what we did today, just to recap, is we took that coupler, if you will, we swapped out the rubber gasket for a very high temperature one. And then we cut the bottom of this 10-gallon drum to fit on this adapter to the pipe in there, basically. So what is going to happen next time is that I'm going to continue working on the overall retort system, specifically move on to the 30-gallon after I finish this cut. But in general, how it will operate is that we'll fill this up to almost the level of the pipe with wood pellets, and then we'll cap it off, put it inside of the 30-gallon, start a fire in the bottom of this, and then the heat will heat this up. All of the gases from the pyrolysis will come out and go down the tube into the fire in there, and it'll be the self-heating system as I talked about in the previous video, and it will continue until this is fully turned into charcoal. So we got some stuff done, not as much as I was hoping that we would, but that's how science goes, unfortunately. So as I said earlier, we are going to continue this next time. And I'm going to do a quick tour of the field and just show you how it's been doing, since you haven't seen it for approximately a month or so. So, as I was saying earlier in the video, this was June 7th, and the grass, as you can see in that shot, is approximately knee-high. So we're talking about perhaps 18 inches at the moment, which is not ideal, but it's still, you know, growing obviously on its way. Being the second year, it's still not fully established yet, so we are not going to get a full harvest, as I have said in previous videos, but we should get a harvest this year. So as you can also see in the video, undoubtedly there is quite a bit of other grasses in here that's competing against the miscanthus, which is not ideal. What happens after a couple years is that you don't harvest the grass until after it's all died in the winter, and what happens then is that all of the leaves fall off and you harvest the stems, and those leaves tend to make a mulch on the ground that will inhibit the growth of other plants in here. So that will hopefully start to occur next year, so that it'll be more miscanthus and less other stuff. Not necessarily because it'll, you know, drown out the other, or sorry, not necessarily because it will outcompete the miscanthus, but just because, or not because it'll, you know, obviously the miscanthus gets taller than anything else that will grow here, basically. But the issue is that it's taking away some of the water and the nutrients that we were hoping would go to our grass. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fertilize this, actually. So if you can see some of these leaves here, this purple color, from what I've seen online, that is a sign of not enough phosphorus. So that is one of the main requirements of fertilizer. So fertilizer is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. NPK is the common, are the macronutrients that are found in fertilizer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some fertilizer, probably just some generic nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium fertilizer, and then apply it to the grass here so that we can improve the growth to get big, strong crops, because that's obviously what we're looking for. That should improve the yield of our harvest this year, which will give us more carbon to capture and be a better test of our system. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some fertilizer and apply it to the field and help make this grass grow big and strong, because that's obviously the purpose of why we're here. So everything is sprouted though nicely. So we're approximately, as I said, 18 inches tall, something like that. And there's quite a few stems in most of these bunches, so that's a good thing. But a lot of these are exhibiting those purple edges on the leaves that I said I believe is a sign of not enough phosphorus. So I'm going to address that. Oh, this is a really purple leaf, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll get some fertilizer in here. We will perk these plants up, and we'll hopefully get them 6, 8, 10 feet tall for next year. So, or for the harvest this year, actually. So Just gonna walk through a little more. This is a nice big bunch right here. This is almost waist high actually, so more like 2 feet probably. So we're back here, it's the end of our day, and I just wanted to do a quick recap of what we accomplished today. So we got started on our retort, we made a few pieces of it. We obviously have more to go, but that'll be in another video. And then we took a tour of our field, as you can see behind me, and you saw that everything is coming up nicely. It could certainly use a little bit of fertilizer. I think that the leaves are purple because of a lack of phosphorus, I believe. So I'm gonna put a general fertilizer on it and see if that helps alleviate the issue. But otherwise, our plants are all about 18 inches to 2 feet tall, so they're growing strong, and they should give us, you know, a nice harvest for the fall to use our new retort to make some charcoal. So what we are going to do next time, as I said, is we are going to continue making our retort, hopefully finish it up next time, so that in the following videos I can show you how it works. And we are going to see how much carbon we are able to make using that system, and see if that is how we are going to move forward or not. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.